Hello. Oh. Ah. Phone volume was on. But yeah, volume is working. That's good. That's always good. It's been a little bit longer than I intended. I was supposed to stream on Thursday, or that's one of the days I'm going for anyways. And then I meant, because I didn't stream on Thursday, I meant to stream yesterday, and I just kind of didn't on either of those days. But that's okay. Well, I'm gonna play some Hytale today. There's a new update out, which has a bunch of stuff, but I think most notably for me is character presets. I'm very excited about that. I updated the game before, but I guess there's been a pre-release since then, so I'm having to update it again, which is all right. Not gonna go crazy with presets just yet. It'll probably be a gradual thing if I decide to add more. Yeah. Add more outfits. Capture. There we go. But I will start with, default. That's interesting. It says 1 of 5. Was it not 10? Well, 5 is still certainly better than nothing. Okay, let's do a bit of testing first to make sure that I understand how this works. Because I want to be careful to not, like, overwrite anything. So I just do, like, test. Oh, hello, Becca. How's it going? I'm I'm about to mess around with character customization a little bit because Hytale just recently added character presets, which is very exciting. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry to hear that you're sick. Yeah, it the update came out Tuesday, same day as Snapshot Day for Minecraft. Been thinking about how to make characters for some things you're pondering making. Yeah, Tuesday. I'm guessing it's like it's some like industry thing or something. I think that like it's just convenient for like other like general release schedules and stuff. But yeah, Tuesday Tuesday is an exciting day. This is my Hytale character, by the way. Don't know if you've seen her. Thank you. I like her a lot. I was originally gonna go more. I mean, when I started making the character, I didn't know how much I was gonna like try to replicate my Minecraft character or make a new character, and I just gradually shifted more towards unique character, using what the game has to offer. And I think it turned out quite lovely. Also, they added this this cute mouth option, which is just fantastic. You tried vaguely making your Sona. It's not that easy to match presets to custom designs. Yeah, it's I think when you're trying to replicate something, it's like I think especially when you're used to something like Minecraft where you can do whatever you want, it's like you kind of need it to be as perfect as possible. Um, which is it's likely to lead to some level of disappointment. So it's good if you can find at least some kind of balance of like allowing things to be a little different, I think. But this is also a thing that I just generally do with my character Fia, where I have a few different versions of her across like different, I guess, realities, Minecraft being its own. And so making a Hytale specific version of her fits rather nicely into that. Thank you. And that You know, I see it. That's a valid response. A more like pinkish hair color. Oh, that's the wrong thing. A more pinkish hair color is also slightly tempting. But I think the orange is pretty good. And it's not quite so monotone. Oh, and I did get the Curse Breaker edition, which gives me a few extra options that are rather nice. I just wish that with the capes, they would let you have a no cape option, which sounds very silly, but they have a no neck option. So I just want the opposite of that. Yeah, I just like I love this sort of like capelet thing. But not so fond of the capes necessarily. This one, it's pretty short, so I don't mind it too much, but yeah. But yeah, Curse Breaker definitely has some nice options. I didn't necessarily use the things I expected to, but I am using some of it regardless, so that's good. And I'm happy to support the game. It's been through a lot, and I think it's gonna be really good. So, you know, if it's within reason for you and you want to, I think it's a worthwhile investment. But yeah, I played around with a different outfit a while ago. I'm gonna try to. When I took a screenshot, so I should be able to replicate it exactly, but I want to see how close I can get without that. That was one of the pieces. What color was it? I also really like that they added these like color tooltips to clothes, because that wasn't there at the start, and I did make a point. Right, I did point that out when I was making my character originally, that would be a nice thing, and then they added it in like the next update, so that was great. Probably not from my feedback, but it's nice to see regardless. I'll stick with red for now. I don't remember if I had a cape. I might have had this. Remove that little bit of fabric poking out. I gave her these little, like, bangles. I do hope they add secondary color options to the clothes. It's something people have talked about, and I think it's... Well, that's interesting. Definitely a worthwhile addition. There's a few clothing options that's just like... They have a secondary color and you can't alter it in any way. And it's a bit strange. Some of these only having accents bothers you. The shoes especially. Yeah, I can see that. Was this one of them? No. I guess like maybe this one would be a good example because it's just brown and then has like a little bit of color. But yeah, there's definitely some that are like particularly difficult to work with. You wanted black boots and they were almost all brown. Yeah. Now that is very fair. I think this is one of the things that stands out the most to me. This cape is like, if you're not using specifically purple or blue, like you have to be using a purple or blue, otherwise it looks like kind of clownish. I don't know, maybe black is alright. Yeah. Like the color is nice when it works. But otherwise and I don't think any other piece in the set has that issue. Is it the pop star? Yeah. Yeah, they're all just like one main color, basically. So it's just that one piece. It's a little weird. Okay, there was a different flower somewhere. I forget, did I use a different flower entirely? I think so. It's probably this in, oh, did I do yellow? Yeah, I might have done something like that. And I think I'll look at this screenshot now. Okay. I was close. Right, it was this. And I did go more pink on the whole outfit. That does seem appropriate. think that's exactly how it was. Lovely little, like, more deserty slash dancer outfit. Yeah, I'll call it that. Are her eyebrows changing color? Am I crazy? Her eyebrows are definitely changing color. But then when I change the hairstyle, they change back. That is strange. But anyways, no outfit, since we now have character presets. I don't know if there's any way to change them in game yet. I believe that's planned through the wardrobe, but I haven't seen anything about that actually being implemented. Yeah. This is my little cabin. I guess I was smelting some stuff. Got a basement for storage. Squirrel? Yeah. Set up in a maple forest because this biome is just gorgeous. Have a nice little tree portal. Some of these trees just generate with big old holes in them, and I think that's very fun. Yeah. So this is like, I took away maybe like a few logs to make room for this. This is mostly just how it generated, which I think is very cool. Then I got a very lovely little farm over here. It's very patchwork. And I do have chickens. I think they're just, I think they're in their coops. Hopefully they haven't been deleted from existence. Yeah, I find that farming tends to be very appealing to me in these sorts of games. How do I open my inventory? That button. I haven't played in a little bit. The atmosphere in this game is very nice. Lots of ambient noises and particles and all sorts of things. Alright, they also added animal taming. I have a spooky horse. I don't know if I can... maybe I can tame the skeleton horse? I don't know. I'm not sure what I actually want to do today. Main thing was make a new outfit. But I should probably try to be at least a little bit productive in the game itself. A wild piglet? Well, hello. Press F to tame. Oh. Okay. I have lots of eggplant. Or what are they? They have a different name. Aubergine. Aubergine. It's probably like a more proper name for that plant. If I had to guess. Oh. Well, that was simple. Yeah, it's not like taming pets in Minecraft where they follow you around. They just tolerate you, I guess. I think sometimes they'll follow you around. Yeah, it's closer to the fox trust system, to my understanding. Hello there. Potato. Yeah, okay, so I don't think I can tame those now that I know it has a little prompt. I do have some potatoes, but yeah, like hardly any. Although I guess I might only need one, judging from that little piglet earlier. There you go. Well, now isn't that fun? Oh yeah. I kind of forget this tree is growing out the side of a rock. Big cow, yes. I really enjoy that these are called moss horns, because I have a mob concept for Minecraft called a moss horn. Very different from that, but have I seen the funny thing with them? Can you milk them? I think I may have heard something about that. Let's see, I have a bucket. I guess I could try it. Oh. I don't think I trust that very much. that can go there. Becca evil. Where do you make buckets? I think it's the farmer bench. Yeah. My house is cozy. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, I've done a little bit of decorating. Need to start a new Hytale world to build a cute house. We could potentially start one together if you were interested. Bear. But yeah. You'd love to, but alas, you do not have the time right now. That's fair. Yeah, I don't see this current world as permanent, particularly because it's in early access and they're planning like World Gen V2 and stuff. What is that? Oh yeah, I guess this. I might be a little further in the game than you. There's some magic stuffs. Yeah. It's very handy. There's also stabs that I'm tempted to try out. Although to my understanding they're very inconvenient. Yeah, I was playing a lot for a little bit there. Barely into tier 2 stuff. Yeah. Progression in this game is fairly slow. But also if you know where to go for stuff, then it's, you know, less slow. I suppose that's to be expected. Yeah, I wonder. Waiting to seriously start making my ideas until World Gen V2. So you're thinking of making adventure maps. Oh. Well, the World Gen V2 tools, they're not complete, but they are in the game. So, you know, if you're interested in making content for it, it probably would be a good idea to at least start looking into it, start playing around with stuff. Simon has said that himself. Yeah, time limitations. That is very fair. Yeah, if you can find the time, I do think that would be a good idea to play around with stuff earlier rather than later. I should probably do that myself. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of stuff I might want to create in this game, if any. I potentially have an interest. Spooter. Yeah. Not sure either. I want to make something not quite inspired yet. Yeah, and that's probably pretty normal feeling at this stage. Like, the game is cool. It has a lot going on, a decent amount going on, and a lot of what it has is like, it feels pretty good, but it's also still pretty lacking. Like, I do. There's a decent more progression for me at this stage, but I am kind of feeling the I'm feeling like a lack of stuff to do, I guess. A lot of potential, but it's not quite fully woven together yet to make a full tapestry kind of thing. Yeah. It also, like, you know, in some ways it's more progression heavy than Minecraft with the more in-depth tool progression and stuff. But in terms of like an objective, even Minecraft's very like thin, not thin, but like very loose kind of progression of beating the Ender Dragon is more than what anything this game has to my knowledge. And I'm sure this game will get there. I mean, it has a whole adventure mode that they're still working on, which I suspect that will release as like the full release of the game. I don't think that'll be an early access thing necessarily, but yeah, definitely a lot of potential that I trust it'll get there eventually. But still pretty bare bones. Yeah. I mean, let's see. What does it say again? Create new world. Yeah, the adventure mode literally says unavailable during early access. So like that might be a weird wording thing, but that feels pretty like on the nose that adventure mode is the full release. There's also a bit of lore with this exploration mode that like we're trying to free Orbis or some such thing. So yeah, I believe that is the whole idea at the moment, which is fun. Random thought, but Shields are funny in this game because I genuinely don't know if they do anything. They don't seem to have durability. I've tested blocking and I don't think they like preserve stamina more than weapons or anything. I mean, you have a shield bash, but you also have that with weapons, so like I think they're kind of just flare at the moment. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Frog. Kind of slow to activate, so I miss a lot, and I don't think they blocked damage. Maybe reduced it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do believe blocking protects, it blocks all damage. I don't know how strict it is with like when you block. I feel like it's pretty not. Yeah. And then it uses like about as much stamina. Yeah. It uses about as much stamina as health you would have lost, I think. It very well could be a skill issue. Perhaps. But yeah, like it uses up a lot of stamina to block attacks. And I expected that shields would just decrease that amount of stamina. But it doesn't. From the little tests I've done, it doesn't seem to make a difference. So I don't know. Hello. I wish these things were friendly. They're not like fully hostile, but they do attack you. They're very cute. Carrot. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello. I wonder if I could find a small creature. Because there's some... assuming they haven't changed it at all, there's kind of a silly interaction with like squirrels and mice. Sheep. I hadn't thought about that before. I guess undead don't burn in this game. It's interesting. Why is this not working? Do I have to tame them now? Lettuce. Is that a frog? Or, no, it's just a flower, actually. Pretty dear. The flowers in their horns is a very fun detail. So yeah, these small creatures, they like to run away from you, but if you crouch... I don't know if this is intentional behavior, but it's like they're constantly getting startled and like don't know how to run away and just kind of circle around you. But maybe they're supposed to be acting like they want something. I don't know. But it's very cute. And if I stand up, runs away. I don't know why they do this. But it's fun. Fun, silly little detail. Simon said they want to add spyglasses to the game, and that makes me very happy. Legitimately, like, one of my favorite items in Minecraft. It's just so satisfying to look out at the world with a physical object. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. You need any kind of zoom. Yeah, that's fair. Using a spyglass more on a survival server over zoom mod, and it's so fun. I think so. Of course, I understand the appeal of zoom mod, just a simple button press, or like the idea of just pushing a button to activate a spyglass or whatever. But like actually using the item, just it's whimsical. I don't know. I love it. I love the aesthetic of it. Yes, yes, the immersion. Whoa, what was that? Bear. You can roll now? I haven't heard of this. That's crazy. I love doing these sword lunges where like you run and jump as you thrust forward, and that gives you like extra momentum. And I had said before, because like there's this little slide, but I wanted more, a little more something when like doing that kind of motion, and they did add something. I loved that. I wonder if that helps break your fall. Well, not there. That was just pain. I kind of suspect these healing totems might be like a temporary item, temporary kind of convenience item like the teleporters. Because it feels a bit strong. But I am glad it exists, because constantly like munching on food gets a bit tiresome after a while. You need one of those because you are always struggling with healing when you play. Yeah, it's definitely a huge convenience thing. Food system as a whole needs an upgrade eventually. But that is true. I think I know they're working on building a team that's like all about kind of the comfy side of the game, um, like having a bunch of different food recipes and stuff. And maybe part of that could be a better food system. I don't know what else they could do. But also, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. The many things to be touched upon, to eventually be touched upon. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. There is a lot. But yeah, I trust that they will make improvements on that. I read that I read they improved the held position for skewers, but I think that's in the current preview. Oh. Yeah, those are kind of all kinds of awkward. Wait, is that another different position? That is like impressively inconsistent. Yeah, there's lots of little things to be improved on. But I trust they will be. Yeah, I don't know what all you like got into in the game. But on the off chance that you're still cooking meat on the campfire, these skewers are a lot better food items. Just in case that helps at all. You did get to skewers, thankfully. Yeah, that's good. What am I looking for? Lots of stuff. I've been thinking about something kind of interesting, um, like comparing Minecraft and Hytale. And I don't think either of these is necessarily better or worse. But I think Hytale provides a very interesting, like, direct portrayal of having like more detailed furniture blocks and like how that kind of changes the way you interact with things, because you know that's probably a decently big request in Minecraft is to have like chairs and tables and things. But the problem with having things like this, it's definitely a stark difference, yeah. The problem with having things like this is if I wanted, you know, you have this lovely little table in Hytale. If I wanted to have a smaller table, because I don't think you can make a 1x1 table currently. I should probably grab some blocks to portray this. If I wanted to have a smaller table, it'd be something like that, and like you could probably get better than that, but like it doesn't work. In Minecraft, a single block like this could work fine. But when you have a super detailed table right next to it, or just in general, like as an option, the block just doesn't really work anymore. And same thing with chairs. If I wanted to do the Minecraft thing of, you know, having some stairs, it's not quite the same. You also can't sit in it, so that's a big downside. I think Hytale might need to be more modular, using a table that has a 1x1, 2x1, 2x2, etc. Some Minecraft mods do. Maybe. Minecraft needs to let us have more interactions with sitting on stuff. How has it been 15 years and we can't sit at a table? This is true. And I do absolutely agree with that. I mean, like, we don't need emotes on Java Edition, but just have a button that lets you sit. Like, there doesn't need to be any purpose to it at all. Just let us sit. That would be fantastic. I definitely agree there. But yeah, and again, like, I'm not at all trying to say this is like a negative for Hytale, but it's interesting to look at like why have a good example of why Mojang is so committed to how they do things. The server you're on right now lets you do sit, crawl, lay, / spin, all with vanilla animations, and that's so fun to hear. Yeah, I see that. That would be fun, yeah. Crawling especially, I do think there should be a way to, well, I mean, it's fine the way that it is. It'd be nice to be able to crawl manually. Somehow. You don't want to overcomplicate the controls, but some way to crawl without having to be pushed down into that position would be nice. I would enjoy having emotes in Java, but like a light amount of emotes with intention. But yeah, they'll probably expand the furniture options in the future. You know, maybe make tables modular or just have different size options and stuff. But it's like the hyper kind of detail route that they've taken. It's great, but you do need to have like as many options as you can possibly manage. And so I do think there's a lot of beauty in Minecraft's much more simple nature of you just get the general kind of shape that you're going for, and that's kind of the best that you can do, so it works. Merits to both, I think. I'm glad that this worked out, though. I wanted to do this with the furnace, but I wasn't sure how well it would work. Minecraft allows for interpretation, while Hytale has things very explicit. The imagination comes into being allowed more detail. Yeah. That seems like a good way of putting it. It's definitely a lot more work needed on Hytale's with Hytale's direction. But they do also, I know creative mode has some really powerful tools with, like, you can basically, I don't know exactly how it works, but you can basically make anything into an entity, and then you can like change the rotation and size. I think maybe size, but you can change the rotation of things. And so you can have like a curve to your roof if you wanted, or like all kinds of different stuff. And that is super cool. I don't know if there's any plan to make that work in like regular survival. But they definitely have some incredible tools in the game. Where does this take me right now? To the north. Let's go to the desert. Oh, little lag spike. This is not a very safe base, but enemies only spawn on the lower levels, so it's moderately safe. I just noticed this is a chimney. That's fun. Okay. Oh, this is a super cool thing that Hytale does is what? Why is there, I guess there's a sound effect telling you you can't sleep yet. That's interesting. But you can have multiple spawn points. So I've still got my respawn bed over here, and then I've got one here, and I've got is the limit like, the limit's either 3 or 4, but I've got at least one other one. I'm not actually sure if it is new. I think I found it pretty early on, but it is awesome. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, it's super cool. You can have multiple spawn points and you just respawn at whichever one is closest. At one point respawning was kind of broken. Yeah, which they have fixed that. They're very nice. I'm pretty sure what was happening with that is that when your spawn point wasn't loaded in, the game simply didn't register that you had a spawn point. And so I'm pretty sure that's why respawning wasn't working in some instances, is you were just too far away from your spawn point. But if you set up another one closer, which I think was possible at the time, then it wasn't an issue. It wasn't as big of an issue. But yeah, can I see how many of these there are? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I think you're gonna have 3 spawn points, which I do wish that was higher. Honestly, I don't know why there should be any limit at all. I mean, maybe it's fine, and you can always just like reset your spawn point. I do wish the limit was higher, or like not at all, like just didn't have a limit. But regardless, yeah, super cool feature. You can just have multiple spawn points. Lizard. Do these have different colored shells? You have tomato. You have an orange shell. I don't think I've seen that before. That's fun. It's the Super Mario shell camels. Love that design choice. What was that for? /pause. What was what for? I maybe do weird things sometimes. I don't know. Talking theoretically to the devs about the Super Mario camels. I was just pointing out that as others have pointed out, the shells on their back look like Super Mario shells, like the Super Mario turtle shells. It's just a silly little detail. Yeah. Scorpion. The desert monsters are tough. Oh, also, you're probably aware, but in the second to last update, they did add the ability to toggle armor. So I am like wearing a full set of armor, but you can hide it, which is really nice. I love that. You actually didn't know that? Yeah. Yeah, in case you thought I was just wandering around without any armor. Fantastic. There's also, I don't know, I don't know where you find this, but there is a setting to like universally, I think, disable it on servers for like PvP / roleplay purposes. But yeah, fantastic feature. You know, I understand games like, I guess, Minecraft, you know, not allowing a toggle like that, or if this game hadn't decided to do that. I understand not allowing the toggle, but I just like being able to see my character, so it's just really nice to have that option. Have I been down there? I don't know. You agree? Yeah. I'm guessing I haven't been down here because there's ore. Put on minimal armor resource packs nowadays. Make cool skins, but you're never able to see them. That is true. Yeah, I'm torn on it. I might just I might just end up giving in and using like minimal armor resource packs at some point. In Minecraft's case, it's like especially because you can customize your armor so much. I like the armor. I like being able to see the armor. But I also don't. I don't know. It's a weird feeling, I guess. Skellington. That poor bat just burned itself to death. Yeah, don't love the giant bugs. They're not my favorite. Maybe I have been over here. I think this is all gold. Yeah. I have a thing where like I don't like destroying naturally generated structures and terrain, which is not a very good mindset to have in a sandbox. But like I like preserving stuff as much as I can. But those, like, I'm pretty sure these just are unobtainable or like uncraftable currently. So that's kind of special. Also, I love this detail in this game that torches are better, possibly the best light source, but you can use like any light source that you want in your offhand. And I think this little candle is just adorable. And I got it right at the start of the game too. There's one in the little spawn area. And you can just pick it up and start using it. Where did you come from? Did they update the ladders in this version? I know I changed my settings for the ladders. But I wonder if they've just like fully changed it. I'm not seeing anything with the ladders in the settings. So they might have just removed the option and just changed it to the setting that I had selected. The ladders were pretty weird before, where like you would move and forward would move you in the direction that you're looking. So when you look down, forward would move you down. When you look up, it would move you up. So like to move up, you always had to be looking up, which just it felt strange. But now it's much more, I think it's much more intuitive controls, which is good. Oh yeah, another thing I think this game showcases well is that more inventory space does not solve the inventory problem. You know, it has an extra row and you have like a backpack and stuff, and those things are nice. There's also larger stack sizes, and that's all great. But your inventory still gets full of a bunch of junk and just like small amounts of stuff, and I miss bundles. Whatever I'm dealing with the inventory game, I'm just like, I add bundles, please. It's such a good item. You know, I don't know if it's the end all be all to perfect inventory management or anything, but like, it is a better solution than more space, like this game has. One thing I do really like about this game's backpack is because Hytale needs bundles, Minecraft needs more space. Maybe. I wouldn't complain. If they added an extra row, I would not complain. Regarding this backpack, I do think it's worth noting that like this is basically an ender chest. I think people kind of ignore the ender chest when talking about backpacks, but that's pretty much what it is. And then also shulker boxes are just more backpacks that you can put in your backpack. It's not as convenient as just opening your inventory like this, but one thing I really like about this backpack setup is because it is separated like this, I have personally chosen to use it as more of like a toolbar, and I do really like that. If Minecraft could find like a clean way to add some kind of toolbar, I think that would be a really good change. But yeah, more space, it's it's always nice, but it is ultimately like it's it's kind of a skill issue if you're not utilizing the space that you have well. Ow. Your tools are only as good as how well you use them. There's probably a more proper way of saying that, but you get the idea. Those things are not fun. They have the Minecraft art. Apparently, this is actually not an issue on Bedrock Edition, but they have the Java Edition wither problem of just constantly tailing you. It's a thing that Minecraft has too many necessary items at once. At least on the server you're playing. Oh, you don't have ender chests or shulkers. That's interesting. I wonder why. I mean, shulkers maybe, but ender chests are, again, that is just like a backpack. Nether and end are closed. Okay, so it's not a gameplay thing, it's just I guess probably more of a lore thing. You just like haven't entered those other dimensions yet. That's kind of cool. I can appreciate that. Yeah, and I do agree. Um, Performance. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Tools. I will say it's still technically a skill issue. If you watch Gemini Tay, I mean she has like a gift at inventory management. You'll sometimes see her running around with like just a pickaxe and an axe. And like those are the only tools in her inventory. And like she does not struggle with inventory. Um, but that's like a special kind of inventory management. Uh, you do, yeah, there's a lot of different tools that you generally want to have with you. And that tends to take up a lot of space. Which again, having like a toolbar would be phenomenal. I would love that. Um, but yeah, aside from the unstackable stuff, like if you're managing bundles well, I think they do a lot of work clearing things up. It's also for you that they're simply just 1k blocks alone. Building anything halfway nice is a nightmare of block variation. But also you don't have shulkers. Yeah. Uh, Fair and valid and reasonable. I think my approach has kind of been I mean, I haven't built anything like super complex. You do think the issue would be solved by a toolbar or even tool wheel like Hytale. Yeah, the offhand tool wheel is really nice. I also, on that note, I love that they have a dedicated no item slot just for aesthetics, because I would, well, I mean, I do currently have an empty slot because I don't have anything to put there, but I would purposefully keep an empty slot just to have no item in hand, so I appreciate that that's just a built-in thing. But anyways, yeah, this is really nice. Offhand is super limited. It might be more limited than Bedrock Edition offhand in Minecraft. Like, I think it might literally just be these two items, shield and light source. But it's still cool. Yeah, toolbar, something to help with the unstackable items would go an incredibly long way. Yeah, as I was saying, I haven't built anything super complex in my single player world, but my general approach has been and I mean, this much might sound obvious, but you know, I carry like the main blocks that I want, and then I make the variations of them as needed. So like, you know, I'll carry a stone cutter in my workstation bundle, and then I'll cut down stone into whatever pieces I need as I need them. And when you have small amounts of those variations, those can just go in a bundle. And again, you might be perfectly aware of all of that already, but I think there's ways of helping with it at least. But yeah, I'm sure on larger scales it does just get to be kind of overwhelmingly obnoxious. Especially without shulker boxes, as you've mentioned. These cactus parts are so peculiar. I think I've specifically gotten them from those little cactus monsters. And I don't know exactly what's up with that. Oh, this is another super cool thing in this game. Hammer just lets you just cycle through stuff. Yeah, that is pretty good. I do think the stone cutter well, it doesn't exactly do that because you can't unstone cut, or you can't uncut bricks or like polished stone and stuff like that. So it might be worth considering making the stone cutter a little more lenient with stuff like that. But I do like the stone cutter approach a little more than just like a straight up tool like this. But I also wouldn't complain if they just straight up added this. It is pretty nice. The issue is with permanent changes in Minecraft, blocks can't multitask. Yeah, and I do really appreciate the amount that blocks are able to multitask in this game. Which I will say, I'm a bit surprised by the degree that they can't. Stonecutter gives more immersion. My inventory is just 3 variations of deep slate stairs. Making stairs and slabs is like the worst thing. Slabs especially, like, I get that chiseled blocks are made out of stacking slabs on top of each other in a crafting recipe, but there's probably a different way they could do that. It's like, why not be able to craft stairs or slabs into a full block? And then if they made stairs also craftable into a full block, even at a loss, like I would do that. Because sometimes you end up with like 3 stacks of stairs that you're never going to use, and I don't want them. I would rather have 1 block or 1 stack of the full block of that material than the 3 stacks of stairs that I don't want. Which I initially was under the impression that this game was better about that, but it does have the same issue. You're stuck with the stairs once you make them. This is cool though. This menu that you just can turn this into whatever stuff. And you can super easily change the material in here as well. Or like change the variant. Yeah, I swear it looked to me in gameplay like you were able to turn the stairs back into planks and stuff, but that's not currently the case, so I don't know. Both games could definitely do with something like that. Oh, this is this is a really funny thing. So you might notice, you know, I was doing a bunch of like this with the hammer, but it's only missing 1 durability because this currently does not use durability. However, if I was to do the blasphemous task of, did they remove it? No, if I was to do the blasphemous task of using my hammer's Q ability while holding a block and change it there, now that uses durability. Which, like, I can literally just do that for free, which is, it's very silly. Definitely some work in progress stuff there, I think. I mean, it's fine that takes durability. It's just funny that it doesn't in like the much more convenient usage of it. Maybe convenient isn't the right word, but like more generally useful. I don't know. The other primary way of using the hammer, I guess. Oh, I also love this. You can just hang out in bed. I can even get out and get back in. I can't sleep, but like I can do the animation, and that's fun. I like that. Pretty sunrise. Oh, just want to show this off. I started doing this in Minecraft, and I've replicated it here. It's not exactly the same. These are beams rather than fences, because the fences in this game are quite a bit different. But I really like this stair design of just having these like beams supporting the single line of stairs. I think it's a fun detail. Also, random thought, chests don't require a like transparent block above them. They can open with a full block above them, and that's cool. But they also do this, and that's rough. There's some give and take. The door likes to shut me back in the direction that I was trying to go sometimes. Oh wait, I think they added sickles. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That is so incredibly nice. Gotta head off. Understandable. It was yeah, it was fun having you around to chat a bit, and I'll try to have a good rest of the stream. Have a good night, and good luck with your school and stuff. Yeah. A sickle, that is an amazing addition. I mean, I didn't mind going through everything one by one. There's a coziness factor to that as well. But like, this is fun. Gotta be careful around these crops though. Since those are not yet renewable. my arrows get moved? That's strange. I imagine they'll probably update the way that the, what do you call it, like moisturized soil updates in the future. I don't imagine it's intentional that it only ever updates when blocks around it are updated. You know, when you're harvesting things normally, that works fine. But when you have eternal seeds, the block state never gets updated. You know, my chickens might be gone. That would be unfortunate. I always try to keep the essence of life under 200. So there's one full stack and then some spare in the chest. And I think that's a good balance. Yeah, the greater essence of life do I have though? I guess I can just look here, 57. Which is a lot. It's 100 per, so that's 5,700 essence of life. That's pretty good. Oh, and I can upgrade my workbench. I can get onions and potatoes. Ba-ba-da-ba. You know what? These are all of the crops in the game. I think I just realized that. I was thinking I had a couple more, but I have potatoes and onions planted already. I mean, I don't know what all of this stuff is. But aside from that, and that might just be flowers, I don't know. Aside from that, I this stuff? What do I craft 10? So I got the onion bulbs. So I need that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these the same. Mostly the same. I'll do that. So that's 6 onions. 6 onions and 5 potatoes. How many of these do I have? 4, 7. Here, I could just do this, and then... So now that's 6 onions and 6 potatoes. Yeah. Perfect. And give all of this some watering. Oh. Where do I want to put this? I think I'll put it over here, actually. I was considering over here, but... that maybe feels a bit more proper. Cotton. I think they should add cotton to Minecraft. I was talking with a friend about Minecraft, and I realized string is a weird thing in the game. Because basically the only way to get it in Minecraft is from mobs. Mainly spiders. I don't know, the only way to get it renewably in Minecraft is from mobs. Mainly spiders. Also striders is one. Another one, a weirder method, is cats can bring it to you when you go to sleep at night. You know, you let them sleep with you, and then let them sleep on top of you, and they'll bring you a gift, and that can sometimes be string. another non... I guess it is renewable, actually. Yeah, you can... I believe you can renewably get spiderweb now. And so that's another way to get string, but that's, again, from spiders, technically. So, like, yeah, string is very much like a thing you get from mobs in Minecraft, but in real life, it's more of like a plant thing. And that is all to say, my friend pointed out that cotton, right? Like I asked, like, how do you get, like, how do we make string in real life? And cotton is one of the methods. And so, at least that's what he said. I haven't searched it up myself. Presumably that's accurate. So I think that would actually be a really good crop to add to Minecraft. That's that actually like has a purpose, because it would allow you to farm string in a more natural and like reliable way, and it wouldn't really affect the early game much, if at all. It would just provide you more options later on, or if you're playing on peaceful or something, like it gives you some sort of better route of getting string, going out in search of cotton. I gotta stop closing the door in my face. The hole I see. I was getting briefly concerned about my storage, particularly this chest. But I just gotta remember, just craft the plants into essence of life. Or the crops. And then it's no big deal. Where did the sunflowers go? Right in there. Let's see, how long have I been streaming for? About 2 hours. It's a good amount of time. Yeah, my chickens appear to have left. I don't know what happened there. It is very strange. This is why the horse is so upset. There's a spider nearby. That's like totally the reason. Couldn't possibly be my presence. That's absurd. I like that this mushroom grew here. I didn't place it there, but it's there now. That's fun. I think, I don't know what in my brain struggles with that door. It might be something of how I'm used to Minecraft. But normally, in Minecraft, I like to have my doors inset anyways. And so, like, I would need to go all the way through. So I guess maybe I have an expectation that I don't need to go as far through, which is true? I don't know. Why did this get set back to this one? Strange. Oh. Let's not fall to our doom. Oh. Okay, good to know. I can climb off of the ladder. That kind of wasn't a thing before. So that's good to know. I'm a little bit interested to try caving in this region. It's over here. A dead end. Oh. You can crouch to dismount the ladder. That's nice. Yeah, they've definitely made some nice quality of life improvements. Let's see. That's interesting. What is this? Is it mushroom? Purple mushroom block, okay. Well, that's kind of fun. Why? Why are some bricks rotated in this game? I do wonder about that. I know it's a thing that people have been unsure about. I don't know if anyone's figured it out. It'd be fun if I could be the one to figure it out, but that's maybe not super likely. I There's gonna be water under there, actually. Where... Like, I like the idea of setting up a mine down here, but I don't know where is a good spot for it. I still don't know what this stuff is about. That green stuff is. Maybe just in here. Well, this is unexpected. Maybe not here. Okay, what if I tried over here? There's less lava, maybe? I actually don't know that. But it's possible. There could be less lava. Oh. Oh. I apparently didn't notice the lava right there. I don't know how this is gonna go, but let's try it. I think there might be some cool stuff in the caves below this region. Oh. I've hit a different material. find another different material. That is very interesting. I just remembered that I haven't been placing torches at all, so that's... Oh! Okay. So... yeah, this is what I was thinking I might find down here. Oh gosh. Okay, I need... I need to find a place where I can actually... you know, where I can actually get down here. That might be easier said than done. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Do a full 180 a little ways up the mine. I'm not seeing much. And my pickaxe is almost dead. Oh. That wasn't very low down at all. Okay, I need a new pickaxe, and then I think Actually, I just remembered. No, I don't. I don't need a new pickaxe. I remembered as I started attacking those are the horrible enemies that are like impossible to dodge and deal a ton of damage. They may have made it so that mobs start spawning. Or mobs now spawn in these ruins. That'd be a bit unfortunate for me. Hello? There we go. Yeah, I forgot. All I need is a repair kit for my pickaxe, and I do have a repair kit. I have several, in fact. So my plan is I'm just gonna dig over to something that I can actually reach the ceiling from, which it looks like there might be something over this way. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna go all the way from that up to the surface. And then, you know, that'll just be my entrance to this massive cavern. Cobalt pickaxe. Oh. Yeah, this path is not being designed for safe travel. Not by any means. Oh. Skeleton Archmage. Ooh. Yeah, this is simply Simply trying to get me to a wall. Okay. We are officially at the side of the cavern. So that's great. Quartzite. Okay. I mean, this place is pretty spectacular. What are you? Trilodon. Oh no. Cave Rex. Okay. I don't know how dangerous these things are, but I suspect very. It's still locked on to me, isn't it? Pterodactyl? Wow. Is it still... I think it's still locked on to me. That's crazy. It's gonna make it difficult to do anything if it doesn't start leaving me alone. Okay, hopefully it's chill now. I thought that torch was it for a second. Oh. Okay. I don't know where is necessarily going to be ideal to dig up from. Maybe this direction. That kind of points me directly towards some lava, but so does everywhere else. I could try to go across the cavern, however far it is, and go more this way. There's definitely a lot less lava. So that might be good. There's a bunch of lava here. But like in this area, there's a lot less lava. Just this way could be decent. There's not a ton. I think I'm gonna try for this way. Oh, cave raptor. That's delightful. Ooh. Okay. There's structures down here. That is unexpected. I don't know what kind of structures these are. Snapdragon? What is that? Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought that might be. I don't know where it is. Like, did I kill it? I don't know. Oh. I definitely did not kill it. Oh. Well, that one's dead now. You're pretty cool. There's like a whole village. What the heck? Oh my gosh. This place is gorgeous. Chest. Some decent loot. I gotta check out the village. I don't know if there's gonna be anything friendly here. It doesn't look like it so far. There's another Rex. Oh no. What is that? Oh gosh. Yeah, these things don't really have a proper death animation, which makes them a bit awkward. thorium pickaxe. Well, that is rather nice. Let's see, definitely some stuff that I can leave behind here. I can also, of course, always come back for it. Hello. That's so cool. What is that? I don't know if it's anything I haven't already seen. There's something big and glowing over there. Like, it might just be one of those, ow. Well, yeah, those are a very weird enemy to fight. 'Cause it doesn't feel like they attack you. And it also doesn't feel like they die when they do. Nice. put this chest here. Store away just a few miscellaneous things. I think that should be fine. I don't know if... I think I do want to exit closer to over here. So I'm probably going to do a 180 at some point. I think now kind of wanted to switch right about when I changed stone layers, and I pretty much did that. This still might end up pretty far away. Hopefully not too much so. Inventory's doing alright. This is gonna be a bit of a longer mine out. It's interesting that the surface of this region is so much harder to break through than the lower regions, or the lower areas, lower levels. I never commented on it, but they did improve the readability of what hotbar slot you have selected. So now there's a little diamond below the hotbar slot. As you can see, there's that line and then little diamond right below. So that's nice. Okay. Well, that's gone rather well, I think. Oh yeah, can you... Yeah, you can put unique markers on the map now. So right kind of in between those rocks. It's like right there. Nice. That ability to create map markers is pretty cool. Not a crazy concept or anything, but it's definitely nice to have. Horsey. You... Wait, can you not ride these anymore? Oh. Maybe not. Oh, maybe... I guess you probably have to tame horses now to be able to ride them. And you can't tame those ones, so... Huh. Oh, well, here's like an actual cave. I had to sneeze. I don't like that you can't make you can't make a marker like on your person. It's a bit obnoxious. Not gonna lie, I forgot how much you can climb in this game. Or like that you can climb. Why is some of this fiery? I wonder if it's a different type of block or if it's a variant of that block. I suppose I can test. It is a variant, okay. And there's different levels of it as well. Interesting. That's cool that it's a variant, yeah. I guess, yeah, of course it would be a variant. I guess I was wondering if it was like a different type of block entirely, but it makes sense that it's a variant of the same block family. Potatoes. Suddenly, I'm quite low on stone storage. Wait, what does this quartzite look like? Oh, this is the stuff in the starting area. Interesting. Well, that is a very nice block. What about the slate? No bricks or anything, but that is nice. Petrified log. Not going to lie, that horse is a little bit annoying. Hopefully someday they'll make them tameable. I'd imagine they would, but I don't know. Still not finding any shadow wave scrap. How very satisfying. I need more cotton. Oh. Wait, was that? I planted a bunch of rice on accident. How very silly. Two, three, four, five, six. It's very ironic that you can make up to a thorium hoe, but like even a crude hoe lasts you quite a while. You know, you just don't tend to use it very often. But then we only have a crude sickle at the moment. That's the thing that we need more of. I don't think I watered any of these before. There we go. Apparently I forgot all about the chilies. Butterflies? Oh. Pretty. That's very lovely. I've got a lot of carrots and lettuce. Yeah, that's a bit better. If I keep each of these to 3, that's too much. That's too full. Because I only have 1 slot of each of these. But maybe these onions, potatoes, and turnips could each be 2. That perfectly fills up this space. I think it's a very interesting decision from this game to give the player inventory more space than Minecraft, but then chests less space. A normal chest is very small feeling, and then a double chest is equivalent to the inventory space. Actually, not even, because you also have your hotbar, so it's still smaller. You know, it's different. It's not necessarily bad, but it's interesting. Let's see, I probably want to start carrying these around for when these armor pieces break. Of course I can repair them, but I have spares, I might as well. The cuirass I might repair since it's cobalt. My helmet is currently doing just fine. Adamantite would be rather lovely. I don't know if I have enough materials for a full set, specifically in regard to the heavy leather, but I don't have the shadow weave scraps, and I don't know where to get those. 'Tis a mystery. Like they're... They're used for cobalt, a tier below adamantite, which uses cinder cloth. And I have a lot more of those. I know where to get those. I feel like the Shadow Weave would be for the Void monsters. Or like you would get it from the Void monsters, but I never have. So I don't know. I mean, maybe that just wasn't implemented. Or isn't / wasn't. I don't know if that may have changed. I don't know. I simply do not know. Anyways. Oh. I've been going for about 3 hours. I think it's about time to call it. Fun game. Ah, that display is a little awkward, I suppose. I think this like cleaner design is nice though. Anyways. We have character presets. Oh, it's lovely. Oh yeah, I forget. It makes a magical sparkling noise when you hover over the H. Fun game. It is still a bit bare bones. There's not a whole lot of direction the game gives you outside of progressing your gear. There's not necessarily much of a point to that. But as those systems get fleshed out more, I think it will be increasingly very, very enjoyable. Lately, I do find myself more drawn to Minecraft, which I think is understandable. In general, I don't necessarily imagine this game will ever replace Minecraft for me. But yeah, as I've said before, I think it could potentially have its own place. And Hopefully it'll be able to hold its own as its own separate entity. I would like to be able to enjoy both. I think that would be very lovely. um, I should be back with another stream on Monday. Most likely Minecraft. I do still want to play this game, but yeah, in its current stage, I think it is becoming a bit harder. You know, I've been feeling a bit lost on where to go to continue progression, particularly with that Shadow Weave scrap. I don't know. I don't know where you're supposed to find that. Maybe it's from special boss enemies that I have been unable to find, or some such thing. I just don't know. And I don't really want to search anything up. But yeah, so I felt a little lost there. And otherwise, I'm pretty much at the stage of just where you tend to get with Minecraft, of like, it's kind of on you to make your own motivation. And well, again, I would kind of just rather play Minecraft at the moment. So I don't know. I still want to play it every now and then, but I think I'll continue to mostly play Minecraft, and maybe it might just be when every like few weeks when the game gets updated that I come back. Speaking of, I believe they did add some cosmetics. I don't know if I would be able to pinpoint them. I know this isn't new, but it is cute. Yeah, I don't know what they added. But they added some stuff. Demonic. Oh. Well, I think that's new. Spooky. Oh, I couldn't really tell with the black pupils. Or the black Skrilla. I think I recently found that I had been saying it wrong. Is it? What is it? Is it like Slekra? That doesn't sound right. Sclera. That's what it is, yeah. Sclera. So I've been thinking Scrella, but it's Sclera. Oh, that's nice. You can lock things in place. I don't know if that was always the case. But yeah, I have black Sclera selected, so I couldn't tell, but there's little tiny pupils. That does make it feel more demonic. Yeah, I think that eye pattern is new. I don't know what other kind of stuff they might have. I might have heard something about more makeup options. That's interesting. That's cute. Oh. That's kind of nice. Has the face always been this white in between the eyes? I mean, I guess so. That just doesn't seem familiar. Well, I suppose I quite enjoy my makeup selection that makes it darker in the middle. Blah. She's buff. Okay, so locking it doesn't... It doesn't prevent you from changing it, it just prevents the randomization from changing it. Interesting. I think it's just the like main body features that I want to lock in place. like the main physical attributes. Maybe hairstyle. But I think the hairstyle is fine. Okay, and that appears to be applied universally across the presets, which is interesting. But yeah, Monday we'll probably play some Minecraft. Tuesday is, well, I won't be streaming, but Tuesday is Snapshot Day. Although all of the baby mobs are now updated in Minecraft, so there won't be any entirely new models like that. There might still be changes to the baby humanoids, because those have been a bit controversial. In particular, the armor might be adjusted. But we will see. I don't personally mind the new baby models, the new baby humanoid models. I appreciate what they're going for. They're a little dumb looking, but like in a silly, charming way. But if they do change them, then I think that would be fine as well. And possibly for the better. But yeah, Hollow Knight I have recently started, and we'll definitely be playing more of that sometime soon. If not this week, probably, well, I guess it won't be this week because it's the end of the week. So if not next week, then probably the following week. But yeah, possibly Thursday. Hollow Knight Thursday. Maybe. I've mentioned it, I believe I've mentioned it in previous streams. Yeah, I definitely have. But I've been getting back into skin making. I've been remaking skin templates. That's been fun. I want to build up a system that's very easily customizable. So I'm kind of working towards that. Hopefully I can make something cool with that. Is there anything else to talk about? Probably. There's always things to talk about. Endless things to talk about, really. Anything that I care to talk about, that's the question. It'd probably mainly be about Minecraft, which is not a bad thing, but might be better reserved for a Minecraft stream. I think I'm gonna watch the new season of Fiona and Cake soon. That'll be fun. I'm actually intending to rewatch the first season and then watch the second season. Of all the cartoons from my childhood, I think Adventure Time stands out the most in my memory. That one particularly sticks out to me. I haven't quite watched all of it, but I've watched most of it. I think there's some newer content in particular that I haven't seen. But I really enjoy that show, and I especially adore Fiona and Cake. So I'm excited to watch that again and have more of it, have new content. That's always fun. But anywho, that will be all for this stream. I always want to say for tonight, but I try to avoid specifying time of day, because it's just like in relation to myself, not necessarily relevant to whomstever is watching. Doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, I shall see you later. Farewell.